Welcome to Glowlab. We're going to have a lot of fun and learn a lot together. Hi, everyone. If you've been watching or listening to my podcast called My Life Online, we've decided to now change the name to Glowlab. And that's because the concept of this podcast has really changed over this past year. We initially started this podcast, and when I say we, my producer, Anna, and I initially started this podcast because we really wanted it to be about the creator economy and digital marketing. And over time, we came to realize that we just weren't really that interested in that topic, if we're being honest. Instead, what we wanted to really talk about were all the topics that we have when we're with our girlfriends, whether we're sitting at dinner, maybe doing like a Pilates class together and getting coffee afterwards. What are the topics that really come up when we're just with our besties? And that's essentially what the show has become. And a lot of these topics still come back to beauty and beauty treatments, skincare, products I love. Sometimes there's going to be a little bit of shopping, but we've also seen it evolve. I talk to plastic surgeons and dermatologists, but then I also talk to sex therapists and relationship coaches and fertility doctors and you name it. It's just anybody that we think might be helpful or that we might be interested in talking to because we personally find it interesting or it's a topic that's come up amongst friends and we feel like we want an expert to answer some of these questions. That's what you're mostly getting from this podcast at this point. So we decided to call it Glowlab. And you guys probably didn't know this, but my business is actually called Glowlab. A few years ago, I had decided to trademark the name Glowlab just because I thought it was really cute. And I thought maybe I'd open up like a production company or a studio or something like that. Because if you've been following me for a while, you know that my early days of digital content, I was actually a production company. My business was a production company. And so we always had this idea that maybe we would start a studio or something and we'd call it the Glowlab. That didn't pan out, but when we got into lockdown, I still had this business name and we eventually started a talent management agency and we called that the Glowlab Collective. So I kept the Glowlab Collective for about 4 years and then I merged it with another company called the Digital Department. And that's because I was mostly focusing on Naturium at that point. And I really felt like the talent we had taken on had grown and evolved and needed a bigger agency to look after them. So the name Glowlab has been sitting around and we've just always thought it was super, super cute. So we've decided maybe that's the name of the podcast. We're rebranding the show and it's just going to get more fun. And we're going to have lots of different experts in a wide array of different topics and categories. So if you have any suggestions of topics or you want to see a specific expert, definitely let us know, whether it's on social media. You can comment on my social media clips. You can comment in the reviews of the show. Wherever it is that you can communicate with me, definitely let me know what you want to see or what you want to hear from this podcast, because I really do feel like it's ever evolving and it's just becoming better and better. And we're getting such great feedback from you already. So from here on, welcome to Glowlab.